How about this early season battle? The Baltimore Ravens are at home taking on the new-look Miami Dolphins, who will look to use their animal-themed passing attack to get to 2-0.
This is Hill. Line, and that'll be a first down.
Maybe Baltimore should call in some local animal handlers. This week they have to try and keep a cheetah and a penguin from getting loose. Tyreek Hill made the exact kind of impact Dolphins fans were hoping for, led the team with 12 targets, and he may not be much taller than Kevin Hart, but Hart ain't got these kind of hops.
Pass down the side, it is grabbed by Tyreek Hill! How did he get his hands on the ball?
Then there's Jalen Waddle, only 5 targets, but he made them count. These two appear to be a great 1-2 punch.
Over the middle, got his man, and look at him go! Jalen Waddle for the touchdown!
The Ravens' D lost corner Kyle Fuller for the year. Marcus Peters wasn't ready to go last week either. We'll see if he's a go this week or not. Marlon Humphrey had a good week 1 game, only allowed 25 yards on the 7 targets he was involved in.
Checks it down to Hall. He gets away from one, then he lost the football. Breece Hall fumbles. Marlon Humphrey recovers.
They need another good game from cornerback Brandon Stevens, too. He allowed 1 TD, but he was involved in 9 targets, just 3 receptions, only 27 yards.
Flacco looking for Elijah Moore, and it is juggled and incomplete. Brandon Stevens got a hand on that one.
Baltimore was obviously up against a Jets offense not expected to do much. No matter, they took care of the business at hand, holding Joe Flacco to 5.2 yards per attempt and a rating of just 74.6.
Flacco looking end zone for Wilson, and it's incomplete.
Miami's O-line will be facing a Ravens front that played a big role in their win. 3 sacks, 11 QB hits.
Flacco to the air, pump fakes in trouble, and down he goes. It's Houston again. Flacco trying not to get hit again. He's able to get out of the pocket and runs out of bounds. Chased out there by Calais Campbell.
See that Tyus Bowser sack? Me neither. Hard to hit QBs from the IR list. The guys that are actually on the field will be trying to take down the Miami zookeeper, and based on week 1, they have a shot to do that. Tua Tagovailoa was sacked 3 times against New England and hit 7.
On 2nd and 10, and Tua goes down. Matthew Judon.
Despite that, Tua stood tall. 270 yards, 8.2 yards per attempt, rating over 100.
Tua throwing back the other way, and it is complete. At midfield, shaking the tackle is Mostert, and Mostert has another first down inside the 40.
Dolphins' run game still doesn't appear to be much more than an afterthought with them. Call it an X factor. They had all these new guys, but still couldn't crack 3 yards a run. The Ravens' rush defense wasn't great out of the gate. Gave up almost 5 yards a run on the few carries they faced.
On first down, it is Carter. Trying the left side, has some room. Carter with a first down.
To be fair, though, maybe Baltimore's rush attack has an X on it coming in. They are still waiting on J.K. Dobbins' return. Without him, they didn't run much. Even Lamar Jackson only took off 6 times and only picked up 17 yards.
Jumps over a defender and still going. Does he have any room? And he comes close to a first down.
Lamar didn't need his legs, though. I mean, aside from, standing up and moving around. But it was his arm that was on display in their opener. 3 TDs, rating close to 100.
Jackson looking deep for Duvernay, and he makes the adjustment and the catch. Touchdown, Baltimore!
He still targeted Mark Andrews most, so he's still priority number 1 for Miami's defense.
Jackson sings one to midfield. There's Andrews again. First down for Baltimore.
If only the Dolphins had a really good free safety to help with him. Holy hot debate, Batman. There were more Javon Holland convos in the comment section last week than John Hamm commercials. That says something. Forget what the different stat services said about his 2021. 2022 is what matters, and he's on the board.
Jones going to go for it all down the near side of the field, and is batted away and intercepted. Picked off out of the end zone, and coming back up the sideline is Javon Holland.
After Andrews, Dolphins have 2 receivers to track. Rashad Bateman found the damp zone.
Lamar winding up, going deep for Bateman. He's got him! Touchdown!
So did Devin Duvernay. He pulled in 2 TDs on his 4 looks.
Lamar into the end zone, wide open, touchdown! Duvernay with his 2nd of the game.
One of those guys can be erased by Xavier Howard. He only got thrown at once last week, gave it the Mutombo treatment.
And the Dolphins say no at their doorstep and turn it around.
The guy who struggled some for them in week 1, slot corner Nick Needham. Next Gen Stats says he gave up 5 catches, 96 yards on 6 targets. Didn't hurt them in the end, partially because their D created 3 turnovers.
On 2nd and 10. On the blitz, loose ball, inside the 5, to the end zone,
Ravens' partially beat-up O-line has to deal with Emmanuel Ogbah, who got out of the gate fast.
He's under the gun here and goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah, 9 sacks to his credit a season ago.
Ravens left tackle Ronnie Stanley didn't play last week, not sure when he gets the green light. Speaking of left tackles, Teron Armstead. I had a conversation with someone when they signed him. Why pay that much money for what amounts to a right tackle? Yeah, if you gave me the Rorschach test and showed me a left tackle, I'd blurt out, "Blindside!" I'm like Michael Scott sometimes. I start sentences and I don't know where they're going. But I know where this video is going. It's going to these predictions, and I know yours will show up in the comments section along with your forgiveness for this game preview guy humble apology.